What is in your blind spot? When I talk about blind spot, I mean the blind spot whereby you're used to doing things the way they are. You're used to all the habits that you've had. You're used to how you have eaten and drunk and moved or not and looked after your physical and mental health over the last, say, year, couple of years, decades. You're used to all these things. Things are potentially just that way and you don't know any different. And so your blind spot is basically the stuff that you're not even aware of that you could potentially change. Your blind spot is something that could be pointed out to you by someone else who is outside of your environment, outside of your daily life. Because I think it's important to know what your blind spots are. Like, there are things that you might not even be aware of that could literally be life-changing. Like, a blind spot could be something as simple as not actually knowing that just eating healthy and cooking everything from scratch doesn't mean that you're giving your body exactly what it needs. Drinking a shed load of water doesn't mean that you're hydrating yourself fully. Like, there are 4 things, I would say, that we can think about in terms of the 4 pillars of your health and fitness, and where you could be missing a trick, where you could be literally living your life with kind of blinkers on and you can't see the wood for the trees, so to speak, because you're just used to a certain way of doing things, right? So the 4 things or the 4 categories in your life that I want you to think about when you're thinking about your blind spots and what you're not potentially seeing that could make the difference to you are the category of, what you do in terms of how you move. I know that right now we are in a situation where a large percentage of people are sedentary. They're living a sedentary life right now. Yes, we're forced to work from home and homeschool and all that kind of stuff, but we're also sat down even more than before. Yes, we are meant to stay in, but that doesn't mean that you have to stay in and sit on your ass. Okay, so the first aspect to look at in terms of your blind spot and what could potentially be changed and where you're not seeing the potential and the possibilities for change are what you're doing movement-wise for your body. I'm not talking about just exercise. I'm talking about what you're doing to literally move your body on a 24-hour basis. How many opportunities are you taking, are you making, are you creating, are you choosing to move your body? The second aspect of your health and fitness, both physical and mental here I'm talking about, is your nutrition. What blind spots have you potentially got in your nutrition world? Like, I know today I had a conversation with a few people who are looking to find out more about how we could help them, and we talked about alcohol, and they were telling me how they have got into the habit of drinking a few cans every night. They didn't used to do that, but they're now doing it. And in the same breath, they're also telling me that they're piling on the pounds. There's clues, right? There's clues, but it's whether you're willing to look at them, stare at them, in the cold light of day, or whether you're going to be blinkered and maybe relegate it to being a blind spot for you, that you're not seeing that these are the things you're doing that are ultimately to the detriment of your own health and fitness. So that's the second aspect to look for blind spots in. Nutrition. What is going into your mouth? What you're deciding to put into your body. The third thing is what you're doing to stay strong. I'm not just talking about exercise. I'm talking about specifically weight and weight bearing kind of moves that are going to help you to stay strong as we get older, as we move into our next decades of our lives, all right? I'm now into the 4th decade of my life, and it's becoming more and more apparent how people of my age are not doing the things that are ultimately going to be to their benefit in terms of staying strong, right? Strength is a vital aspect of your health and fitness in terms of you have to stay strong so that this body that you've got, this one body, is capable and strong enough to do the things that you want it to do the things that, you know, the activities and stuff that we're all going to get up to once we come out of this 3rd period of having to stay at home. Okay, so that's the 3rd aspect to look for in terms of blind spots. And the 4th is your mindset, is your mental game, whatever you want to call it, your mental health. Where are you putting the blinkers on in terms of what you're doing for your own mental health? It's vital. More and more people are finding that their mental health is taking a beating right now. Okay, people that you didn't even think could suffer or would ever suffer are suffering, because this period of our lives right now is so out of the ordinary, so extraordinary, so life-consuming that it's no wonder that people's mental health is suffering. And it's about looking for where your blind spots are across those 4 categories of your life, right? Mindset is how you think. Mindset is the environment that you're in and how that has an impact on you. Like, where's the blind spot? What are you not seeing? And if you can't find those blind spots yourself, then get help so that someone else can point them out to you. Someone who has already had experience in what it is you're trying to achieve, who may be able to give you an impartial bit of advice or guidance and help you to see things that you never even saw, that you never even noticed, that was potentially right under your nose, but because you were set in your ways, you never even knew it was there. So that is the importance, that is the potential life-changing way that finding your blind spots can impact your life. Okay, so what is in your blind spot? Do you know where your blind spots are across those 4 categories of movement, nutrition, strength, and mindset? Do you have any? If you think you don't, I'd say keep looking, because we all have blind spots. And that's why it's so good to get the help of someone that has already had experience in helping you to do the thing that you want to get to attain, okay, across your health and fitness, mentally and physically.